Hello everyone and welcome back to another question time live stream. If this is your first time on here, we are answering your questions related to games dev, Unreal, or any other questions you may have you want to ask me. You have 1 hour to ask whatever you want in chat and we'll try and go through as many as we can as quickly as we can. I want to say a big shout out and thank you to all my Patreon members and YouTube members for the continued support they provide. It's through their donations I'm able to do this sort of live stream and continue the channel full time. So thank you so much. That has allowed me to do a lot more cool stuff, and you'll see some of that cool stuff starting this month. So thank you. If you want to become a patron, head over to patreon.com/RyanAiley. And one of the benefits you do get on Patreon is you do get access to the Discord exclusive channels, including a queue jump for the question time for tonight. So if you want to answer questions ahead of time, or if you can't make the show and you're a Patreon member, just head over to Discord and you'll find the channel link there, and you can post your questions in advance of the show. Before we jump into those questions, I just want to say hello to everyone in chat. I can see we've got Patrick, hello, Angus, hello again. How are you doing, Raisin, Telesto? Hello, everyone. Hope you're all watching and, you are watching. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, so, let's just jump straight in. So if you don't know how it works, just put your question into the chat. If I don't see it straight away, don't worry, just put it in there again and I'll try and catch it. And if I do miss it completely by the end of the show, we are back every Wednesday. Okay, so let's just jump straight in. There we go. Okay, so let's start off with the questions I've been given so far in my Discord chat here. Why has it gone over to this side of the screen? That's not right. Let's go to this side of the screen. Hold on. That's the first time it's ever done that. You silly machine. The Discord's going on now. Yeah, wrong display capture. Technical issues. Hey, why has it done that? I don't know. Okay, I don't know which one. There we go. Cool. Don't know what that was about. Okay, so and I can see the camera's frozen. It's all going well. Turn that off and turn it back on again. That should fix that. Hey, there we go. Okay, let me get chat up on the big screen. There we go. Okay, so as I said, we're going to tackle the first questions over into Discord. We've only got one question there so far, and that's from TH Gaming. So I wanted to make a Sonic or Mario Galaxy remake. How do you get a character to stick to a wall with a ramp higher than 90 degrees so they can run through a loop or be caught in a planet's gravity and orient themselves to a surface? To note, he's managed to use a line trace and change the character input and ball using rotation mechs, blah blah blah, and so forth. By and large, what you need to do is you have to create your own character movement component. You can't rely on the basic character that comes with Unreal. You have to create your own one, which is a lot more work because obviously you've got to do all the input functions and all that stuff and handle how gravity works. Overall, gravity, and you have to make your own gravity on it. So overall, how gravity works, essentially it's just applying a force down, but you can apply that force however you want. You just apply force to any direction. But you do need to create your own, use a pawn, and then you create your own character movement functions and code and variables and so forth that can handle it and make it move around. It's something I started working on a while back, but I never got around to finishing. But yeah, there you go, TH Gaming. Hopefully that worked out for you. Okay, next question. So Raisin Gown Max, how to dynamically change materials, let's say when the character walks into a body of water, to make the clothes look wet. Okay. So to make the clothes look wet, you're probably looking at vertex shading, which I've got a video on how to do vertex shading. But the problem with vertex shading is that it is damn difficult, if not even possible in the default engine, to dynamically set the vertex shaders on an object. I think you're gonna have to write some custom code to allow it. because that's the only thing I think of. It's something I did look into one time, and I couldn't. I don't think I ever found a way to have it dynamically do vertex shading. You can do it in before you do the game, so like in the editor, you can do it there, but you can't do it during the actual gameplay itself. At least as far as I'm aware, it would require further investigation. But I suspect it's going to take some custom code to get that in place. I assume that's the way Uncharted doing it. They're doing dynamic vertex shading. It'd be interesting to try and work that out. There may actually be a way of doing it with render targets. It's something I would have to sit down and experiment with, and it's something I can't do in this session like this, as I could spend literally the whole hour just trying to figure it out. But you can do render targets, so I wonder if we could use that to solve the problem. It's an interesting one to try and figure out. It's something I do want to try and do. I did spend some time working on it, but I never got anywhere successfully. But we'll see how I get later on when I have more time. Corey Sire, hello, my first time here. Oh, hello and welcome. I'm curious to know how to place static mesh instances in Unreal. One way I saw was to use Blueprint and create a static instance in the constructor script. So can you explain what you're trying to do, Coriosia? Are you trying to do like dynamic building of stuff, like walls and things like that? Just let me know. Let me know what you mean there. TH Gaming, not just create a dynamic material instance. No, because for vertex shading, you need to shade individual vertices in an object and read those vertex shaders from that into material. Reading the vertex shaders is no problem. That's the easy part. The hard part is setting the vertex colors of an object based on the collision of each vertice. Which, I mean, I have a look, but I don't recall ever finding a node that covered it. Vertex. I'll turn this off. I can just get. I've got some skin mesh. I can set the color overhead. But that's a per component thing. I can't do I can't do individual vertices or anything like that. No. It's something to have a look at. I assume that Uncharted do it with, and other games that have done something similar with vertex coloring, dynamic ones, but I don't know how you do that in Unreal without going into making your own stuff that does it. Oh, hello, Corey. I can see walls. They seem easy. You can place them with a script along a spline. I'm curious about individual objects that could be placed in multiple places, like a door. So the best way of handling things like that, I don't know if we can build it in time. Let's have a look. So let's build like a wall thing. Wall dynamic. And in here, we go construction script, and we're going to add variable end wall position, and this will be a vector. And we want to editable and show 3D widget, and we're going to take the end wall position and we're going to get the length of that and divide it by the length of the wall mesh. So I'm going to go add static mesh component wall. Let's do 400 by 200. Yeah, do one of those ones. So it's 400 wide, isn't it? So I want to take the end wall position here, take the vector length, and I want to divide that by 400, like so, and we're going to truncate that so it lops off the decimal. You do a for loop, and I'll go so, and each one we're going to add a static mesh component, take the relative transform and split that. The location of that is going to be this multiplied by float of 400, and yeah, and then put this into the X, remember rightly, because we want to rotate the whole thing to round to the, so you then do set actor rotation to this, and the new rotation for this is going to be the end wall position, get actor location, and find look at rotation. I think that's correct there, and then we put that into here. Yeah, that's it. So you drag that out. Ooh. And then click on the little star thing here, and I should be able to drag this in. It should. Yeah, it's doing it but the wrong way around. So I'm going to do times minus 400. Yeah, so I drag out this point here. I can drag lines out. But we'll see. I want to rotate it in the yaw. So this stuff you probably already got, Corey. I don't know, I've got it backwards or something. But nonetheless, when you add them, you need to add them into an array. So you go make variable static mesh array, we call it, and this will be a static mesh component. No. Don't know if we can edit that. Hold on. No, we can't. That's to be just static mesh. Like this. And then when you get to the end of this, we need to add this to a static mesh component array. I mean, this is just one way of doing it. This will be a static mesh component. Hit compile, and you're going to add this component here to it. This is all in construction script as well, so it does that. And then at the end here we take the static mesh component and we get the static mesh array and we go through each component and do yeah, it gets each static mesh component and do a for each loop. And then a static mesh array here, we can then do get from this, get the array index. So we know the exact static mesh we want. We know this, and we're going to do from there set static mesh. So here we're looking at static mesh components, and we've got static mesh array. So the array is a list of all the meshes in together. The components are all the individual components, and we get the matching components and make them match the array that we've set up here. I then want to go over to here and I want to set the I don't know if this will work. We'll check. Hang on. We get static mesh. Do add. And we add just the basic static mesh that comes with it. But then we want to customize it, so that's the bit I'm not too sure that'll work. Okay. So over here, the main thing is over here, you'll see the array now building all these arrays up as we build this thing. So I can click on one of them and change this to a door. And it didn't work. Didn't think it would. That's going to override it as soon as we place it, isn't it? Yeah. Unless I push play. Nah. Oh, hold on. It keeps adding more to it. Okay. We need to clear it, don't we? So at the start of this, then, we take the static mesh array. And we clear that. And then here, we also clear this one. So if I'm not missing chat, it's in my peripherals. I can't look at both, unfortunately. If we clear both of those, that should hopefully let us customize them. Yeah, it's overriding it straight away. That's what I thought would happen. So what we do here is the only thing I can think of doing is you have to set manually for each one, and that'd be really annoying to do. So, like, for example, what I mean is at the end of here, we take the static mesh component array and get the length of it. And then we get the static mesh array, we set length. No, set size, is it? No. Size. Resize, that's it. Resize that based on the same size of the component. So number of components you have in that array. Combine them there, maybe. But the downside to that is that they're all blank and you have to set them all manually. Oh. Oh, it's not going to because it's changing it and clearing it each time. Bollocks. Tricky one. This is half right. I'm missing a bit, but I can't think what the bit I'm missing is. Unless I take out this part. Oh, hold on. Get that in there. Hold on. If I get working, I'll explain it, but I don't know if I'm going to get working. Add that to array. That. no, there's no way for me to change it, is there? I'll have to think about that one, Corey. It's something like this. If I remember rightly, in the past, you would build out the array of the items you've changed, and you can change them to be what you want them to be without your construction script overriding it. That's the bit I have to think about. I'll have a look at that one, Corey. Sorry. No, it's not as easy as that, hopefully. Okay, next question. Let's go to... can't find where we'll go back up to. Nice beard, thank you. Arkham Combat. Can I do Arkham Combat after? Unfortunately, Mr. Zebra, I do not have the time to do that. That is a long job. And a lot of animations, which I don't have. You need animations to do all that stuff. And then you have to set up the AI, and then you have to set up the AI director, which directs which way who in the AI will attack you next, and then show the warnings up, and then handle that AI the animations correctly. Yeah, it's not straightforward. Oh, sorry, you consider variables. You're not missing much. It was not working. There you go, Mr. Zeb. You've been recommended by Ahmet. There's a channel which has Arkham Combat tutorial for the advanced learner locomotion system. So I've never seen this. Let me have a look here. It's a complex system. It's not something you can whip out. Yeah, Death Diary UE4 YouTube. About him. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't. This isn't really Arkham Combat. This is just fist fighting. The main thing with Arkham Combat is its animation system. It's a lot more complicated because if someone comes in at a certain, like you have matching animations to different animations, attack animations, and then you use IK to place the things correctly, and it snaps them in position, and then it does the combo to throw them. It's like you need a lot of animation work. It's not sadly straightforward. Sterling, has anyone tested multiplayer across different computers? What method did you use? Use the if you go to use the Steam system, that's pretty good to do that with. Steam online subsystem, that works quite well. You do have to have two computers with two versions of Steam with two accounts, but you can test that stuff. Or you can work out how to do it manually by sending it to a different, do your own custom server stuff. But Steam's the easiest one to do by far. Leon Hart, hello sir, hope you're doing very well. Please, how can we approach the logic of creating a building system like floor, walls, and doors? What, like Fortnite style? Is that what you mean, Leon? Is that what you're talking about? Question from Porn Atar. If I have a bunch of actors on my map and then I start adjusting my landscape, how can I make all the actors snap to the right height to be on top of the landscape? one thing you can do, which isn't easy. Well, not exactly easy. It's not hard. It's just a long way about it. But unlike your classes here, so if I go and add a cube here, okay, the cube on the construction script for this, I'll do a line trace down. So line trace by channel, and I'll just get the actor's location. Actor location. Actor location, and then plus a vector to it, and do it twice. So for the Z for the top one, I'm going to do 500, and for the bottom one, I'm doing minus 500. So it does a line from the top above it right down, and then that start and that end, and then we take the out hit here, if it's true, that is. Break this, and then set actor location to the location of the hit result. That's the best way of doing it. So if I place it out here, you see it's halfway through the floor. It should adjust. It should. You see, I can see it. Oh, let's make it so I can actually duration. It should do a result straight down and hit the floor. Oh yeah, so it's because my root is in the middle. Let me put it up. There you go. So if I were to try and push this down, it won't let me. It's going to lock it to the floor. See? And if I were to raise this floor, that would raise with it. Yeah. When I do something with it, there you go. Or when you push play, it'll do it. So if I knock this back down. So it sits in the air, hit play. Oh, you should. Yeah, I have to adjust it. That's annoying. Or put on begin play and make it do that. I don't know. It's not great. I don't know if there is an actual better solution for that, but right now, no. Like Fortnite. Okay. You put Z minus 5,000 to 500. Oh, it doesn't matter. It still goes down. That's what matters. Anyway, so yeah, so like Fortnite. Obviously that system's quite large. I can't replicate it all within like next half an hour. I'm not that good. So you would have to. So if, let's say. Let's go with my first person character here. I'll show you the starting point for it. So I'm going to do it when I hit the E key, for example. Hit E. We're going to spawn static mesh. No, spawn actor from class. And I'm going to choose a static mesh actor, and the spawn transform here we're going to make, and this is going to be based upon the actor's looking direction. So we're going to get the player camera manager. I need some more space, hold on. And this is going to be get actor forward vector, and get actor location, And we're just gonna put it in front of the player. So we go here. And we're gonna multiply the forward vector by how far away we're looking for it. So we say, I don't know, 600. Why not? And we add them together. It's similar to building series if you've seen parts of that. That does that. And then we promote this to a variable. And this would be current piece, we call it. Like so. Then on a tick event, I've got itchy nose. Sorry, but the tash is going into my nose. It's really itchy. We take the current piece, get that, and we check if it's valid. Ooh. And if it is valid, we're going to set its location. And this location is going to be this. But if you want to do it in grid base, which I assume you do if you're doing Fortnite, you can do grid vector snap to grid. And you put in the grid size. So if you're doing like 100-meter walls, for example, you just do 100 and it'll go into there. So let's do a wall, for example. Wall. Oh wait, I have to make an actual actor, don't I? Whoops. Blipping class. Static mesh. Actor. Wall piece, we'll call it. And this requires a wall. Oh, they're all 400 by 400. We'll do 400 by 400. So if I change then the grid here to be snapped to 400, that'd be better off. And I can set this to the wall piece. For example. Okay. And if I push E again, so I want to do, when I push E first time around, I want to check to see if current piece is set to anything. And if it's not, then we're going to create a piece. If it is set to something and I push E again, I'm going to tell it to set current piece to nothing. Therefore, it'll stop moving it. It'll keep it where I've left it. And that's the general basics of this system. Yeah, you should be moving, mate. Why isn't that moving? Oh yeah, whoops. You have to set this thing to be mobile. Movable. There you go. Yeah, so you can move it around like this. Okay, and now if I hit E, it will lock it into place. I'll put another one in. E, another one in. That's the general gist of it. Obviously you need to make it rotate around and so forth, but yeah. Maybe one day I'll do a full series on how to do this with menus and things like that. Select which piece you want to use and stuff like that. But that's the general gist of it, okay? And if you wanted to rotate it based on the which way the player's looking, so I do set actor rotation. I'll do that one, and then I will call it on this because I don't want to go too far into this. The rotation of this is going to be matching the player's rotation snapped around. So I don't think there is a snap rotation. I don't think there is. No. So we have to decide if we're looking north, south, east, or west, and round that up. So I've forgotten how you snap rotations now. Rotate. Or if I just, well, actually, rather, if I take the get actor forward vector, that's it. So I get actor forward vector, that gets you values between 0, well, -1 and 1 as decimals. But then if I were to take these, and I don't think you can round vectors. I think I have to do individual, yeah, I have to do individual floats. So if I take this and split this, and round these numbers down, or up, depending on what they are. Like so. And then make a rotator. Make a float. A vector, sorry. Can't speak today. Make vector. Plug these all in. There probably is a node that helps do this better, but argument's sake, that'll do. And this one will do make rot from X. So what we're doing there is we are lopping off or rounding up and rounding down the values of the forward vector. So then we get just the cardinal directions basically, and place that in there, and hopefully that would do that. So if I push E here, kind of, it's doing something. Doing some kind of rotation. It's just the wrong rotation each time. So if I set that to you gonna open up or not? All piece. I think the viewport of this. Yeah, it's facing the wrong way, that's why. This has to face the X axis. Which we can't do. Oh crap. Okay. So I'll just do make rot from Y then. Like that. And it'll rotate based on that. There you go. That's the general gist of it. Anyway, I can't believe I asked that question, but there you go. So Leon, there you go, Leon. Hopefully that helps you out and gave you some ideas of where you can go with that. Could make a script that click a button and do all my actors from the editor. You could. Yes, you could. You could. Yes. I wouldn't, but you could. I'll just make the landscape correct first, and then adjust the changes I need to. Blender for animation or Unreal? Oh, use Blender. Yeah. Yeah, animation Unreal you can do, but it's not as good as like Blender and things like that. No, I Leon. How are we doing for time? Okay, we've got 20 minutes left. Okay. Do you have any other questions? Oh, am I back? Sorry, I think internet cut out there for a bit. Hopefully everyone can still see me okay and not all going okay. Let's make sure the stream's actually running still. Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, so questions above. So have you ever used a gameplay ability system? Is it worth it, or should we do the same thing manually? It's fine, yeah. If you want to do things, it's up to you. It's very similar to the one I did in blueprint form, but with some custom bits to it. Yeah, check it out. There's no harm in looking at it. That's the thing you have to think about when you're designing. We're going to reconnect. Am I back? Internet just cut out again. I don't know if that's something to worry about. My internet cut out twice now. Let me just see how we're doing. Okay, are we back? Can everyone still hear me or see me? Or am I on? I think I'm back. Hold on. Can we still hear and see me? We okay? Let me go. Oh, I think I've lost everyone. Am I back? Am I back? Oh wait. Oh yeah, I am back, but the chat broke. Hang on, hold on. Let me refresh the chat. There you go. I'm back. I can see the chat now. Oh dear me. Okay, so, Alexis, can someone have a simple way to make a cone collision? For example, camera surveillance. Okay, so it's not exactly the same as you think it is. So it's not like a collision system like so for example, if I make a little actor here and do camera and open this up, it's not like having a box or cone collision or anything like that. Instead, what you're doing is you'll have this thing, cone, and you'll see these cone settings here. And you can actually check if something's within a conal radius of you. Hang on. Get actor location. And something called cone. Draw debug cone. No, it's not it. Hang on. Cone. There was a way of doing it. How was it? Hang on. Let me search for it manually. If not, you can use the AI sense stuff. That would be fine to do. Wait, how did I do it before then? I tried that before. Or maybe I just did it with the AI thing. Another alternative, by the way, is you could do this. Put a cone in here, like an actual mesh. And you can tell the collision of the mesh to use the complex of the mesh. So if you go to the mesh here, you can make your own sort of collision mesh of this and tell it to use the complex collision. Although this is not good, this is like expensive to use, so don't use it for loads of things. If I was doing a camera system, I'd just make an AI based system that can detect when it see you. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. But this way you can do this and change all its collision to overlap. Do overlap all, and that is now a collision setting. So if I do actor begin overlap, I can do a print string of the other actor. To show this, if I put this into the game, scale that up, like that, hit play, and I walk through it, it'll tell me that I'm the first person character. And if you don't want that cone to be visible, you can just tell the cone not to be visible. or hidden game rather. Be best hidden game. So there you go. I walk through it. It tells me who I am. That's a way of doing it. It's not the best way, but I would personally just use the AI pawn sensing stuff thing. You have some trouble to place the center of AI pawn sensing. It goes by the root of the pawn. You don't use the pawn sensing. Use the AI stimulus. Oh my god, I can't remember what it's called now. Until it's getting late here. Perception stimulus source. Use this. And you can use the sight source setting on here. Set sight to it. And there you have a load of settings for the cone shape. Use that for your cameras. Have them as pawns. The best way. That's the easiest way of doing it. The most efficient way of doing it. What's that? How can you rotate the player character with WASD? Not walking, just rotate on the axis. Okay. Like a what this? I'll do it with this first-person character. So if you just want to rotate them, I'm going to disconnect, move forward for now, and move right. And take them both up here. So to make them rotate, is it a snap rotate or is it just a rotate? If you just want to rotate, you do move forward. Like that's going to be W and S. So here, actually, we'll just do move right. If you're going to do move right to rotate, you just do add controller your input and plug that into the value there. And if you want to multiply it by a rate to speed it up, you just multiply this value by the rate. So, for example, A and D now don't strafe, they rotate. Okay? So, that's how you do that. Any kind of rotation you want to use on a character, try using the controller inputs. They're a little bit better. That'd be the easiest way of doing it. Who was asking that? Antonio. Hopefully that works for you. Commando Jake, how do you import custom skeletons from Blender? So you should have exported the skeleton from Blender just fine, hopefully, with as an FBX. And then when you go to import, you just have to make sure you I don't have a mesh to use, but when you import the mesh, it has a little tick box. It's a skeletal mesh. Make sure you've got that ticked, and then import it in with the skeleton. It's custom, so you'll have custom names as you set in Blender. So that's it. That's all you got to do. I'm gonna put this back how it was. Oh. Put that back there. Put that back there. It worked. Brilliant. Let's go to here, Antonio. By the way, don't forget to check out, by the way, the new video released today, which is the first episode of the cover series. It's the first video I've done in this new style of video tutorial that I'm going to try and do. From now on, it's going to take a while for all the videos to catch up to that style, as I don't want to change them halfway through seasons. So let us know what you think of the new style with the intro and outro, what you like, dislike about it, and whatever. Yeah, so this is the first few episodes I've done in that sort of style. It's a little bit extra work, but I have more time, hopefully, to be able to do stuff like that. So let us know what you think about that new video appearance, that new video style. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. New cover system series. Only 3 episodes long. Okay, let's see if we've got any other questions sticking up here. Cheers, Alexis. In 2.5D, how to make a player turn 180 animation without facing camera like played it inside game. So Mustafa, you're in luck because I actually answered that question last week. So tomorrow, the archive of last week's show will be released, and it's one of the first questions I answered. So check that out tomorrow, Mustafa, and you'll see how to accomplish that. Cheers, Chris. Commander Jake still stuck on doing phases. Look like what they did and know how to add trail to projectile and then disappears after 1 second. We'll come back to that in a minute if we have time. So we did some of that last week. I don't want to spend too long on doing the same stuff. Taco Bell Chip 5. Hello Ryan, I'm back to learning from your videos for the game me and Harley are making. Oh, who's that? I don't know who you are, Taco Bell Chip. Is that Dan? Harry? Hello. Good to hear from you. Last time, I'm glad you still find this stuff useful. So I'm now doing this full time. So it's an exciting time. Itham. Hey man, I hope you're doing good. How would you make a projectile follow its target? Oh, hi Dan. How's university for you? So Dan, or Takeable Chip, is one of my ex-students. How would you make a projectile follow its target, like a homing rocket, for example? So when you make a projectile, like the projectile on the first-person character, such as this, you have in the projectile settings, you can turn on homing, which is somewhere around here. There it is. It's homing projectile. When you do that, you have to set its homing target. So set, drag out projectile first of all, and set homing target component, and you set that to the target that you want it to home to. Oh, pardon me. So you set that to how you want, and if you can't do it in here, what you do is on your first person character, when you shoot the bullet, you got spawn first person projectile. From that return value, get projectile movement, which is this one, and then from there you set homing on whatever it is that you want to home towards. Okay, so if I get actor of class, for example, and just use a test object again, not test object, what do I call it? New blueprint. There you go. Do new blueprint. Plug that little boy in. There we go. And we have to get the root component of this. Oh, hello. Get root. Because this requires a component. This is an actor, so you need the component part of the actor. And I'll go into there. The projectile, on the other hand, over here, you can set the projectile to be used. So it is home projectile, tick that. And you tick on how much it accelerates towards its target. So this we could set to 3000, for example. And I think, if I remember rightly, you turn off this acceleration here. And I think that's correct. Let's hit play. Oh, I've got to put one in the scene. Whoops. There you go. Play. And yeah, there you go. It'll try get to that component. Successfully or not. Probably going a bit too fast. Let's change its acceleration and the homing. Hold on. Set that to 500. Obviously, if it goes too fast, then it's not going to reach the target well accurately. No, it needs to be faster. Oh, wrong bit. Try set that to higher, so 5,000. Max speed will leave at 3,000. I think. Oh wait, it's velocity here. I'm gonna set to 1. And set this to 500. Is that right? I always forget the order of these things need to be. No, if you see that they're moving towards it, that's fine. We have to set the old initial. I keep doing that. It's in here. Needs to do 1,000. Bad about those settings, but that's how you set it up. You just got to tweak the speed of the thing it goes. The faster it goes, the more likely it's going to miss its target. Yeah. How to make smooth jump and walk? What do you mean by smooth? Can you explain what you mean by smooth? Commando Jake and goes around the target to some speed. So as I said, you just need to tweak the settings of the homing acceleration and speed. If it's going to, I don't remember the exact numbers, but you have to just experiment with them to find it out. But if you were to throw it too fast, then it's going to go past its target. You probably need to up the homing acceleration, I would imagine. So like here, I set this up to a lot higher, to like 6,000. But as we max, it's limited by its max speed. So if I put in 3,000, that'll still do the max speed. I've done it in the past where I've got the numbers just right, where it does hit it every single time. Just can't remember what the damn numbers are. Maybe gravity is a problem. I can't remember now. Turn the gravity off. Yeah, it's overshooting it, isn't it? I know, you have to experiment with the numbers and experiment with the things you got in there. Vlad, are you still doing a Fight Combo series and Guitar Hero series, Ryan? The Fight Combo series is out. It's out for Patreons. Is it out for everyone? I can't remember if it's out for everyone yet. Let me have a look. But it's definitely out for Patrons. Let me take a look. Combo. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's out for patrons, but not out yet for everyone else. It will be out relatively soon for everyone else. Yeah, because it's due out soon. Patrons have had it for over almost a month, so yeah, they'll have it soon. Guitar Hero series, I haven't started that. Got a while yet before I get to that. The next big series to happen, there's 2 big series going to happen. Once the RTS series is done, we'll be doing a sort of Unreal Tournament online deathmatch type game, like Quake. And that's because we hit the target on Patreon. So thank you to all the Patreon members for signing up, as it allows us to reach that goal and try and do that. The other series, the other big series that's going to be happening, is going to be the JRPG turn-based battle system. That's been in development for a little while, so that'll be happening some point soon, hopefully. But yeah. So jump depending on how much time you push down space, like Mario. So it kind of already does that. When you go to the jump settings here, you can is it this bit? No, it might be in class defaults. Yeah, jump max hold time is this number here. So if you read this, it says the max time the jump key can be held. Bit 0 just has it once and just stop jumping. So if I put in like 0. No, if I put in like 1, here for example, and push jump, it'll jump higher. I can tap it and it'll jump little. So jump, little jump. So that is what that does. Jump max hold time, and obviously you can do that for as long as you like. If you're at 0, it just does one single like normal jump. It doesn't matter how hard you hold the button down. It'll just do it straight away. But there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, Mustafa. Hey Ryan, are you still working on a new equipment series? Yes. I've got 3 episodes I need to edit for patrons. That'll be coming out this week for Patreon members. We're near the end of that over on Patreon. But yeah, that will be out relatively soon. And once that's finished, that means we'll be going for the JRPG stuff. So yeah. What we got in there currently is the what's left on it. It's calculating stats on the things you equip. I think that's what we're up to now. Is the FB series going to continue? Yes, it is. I just need... There's a bunch of things I need to get done first before I can continue with that, because there's bits I want to go back to rework on. So, for example, the shooting and aiming stuff, I want to rework that chapter, which is chapter like 5. I want to go back and rework that, but I need time to work out a good system to show people. I think I've got good ideas of what I want to do with it. So I will be going back to it and working on that again, yes. But yeah. Have you considered a visual novel text box tutorial like is similar normally seen in JRPGs? You mean like the old Final Fantasy 7 like boxes and things like that? That's similar to the dialogue series. There's nothing much different from that. Yeah. Anyway, I think that brings us to the end for tonight. So we do this every Wednesday. So if you do have any questions next week, by all means, join us next week. And don't forget, if you're a Patreon member, you can actually ask your questions ahead of the stream by going to the Discord channel and being a Patreon member, obviously. And you'll see a question time queue jump where you can put in your questions. So if you don't make it to the live show, or can only make the recordings, just put your question in there and get your question answered. As for content coming out relatively soon, you've got the start of the cover series happening now, and you've now got RTS series coming out as well on Friday. Patreon members can look forward to more equipment system series stuff coming out this week. And this week I am starting to record something new, something very new. It's not a typical channel video. It's something different. It is still games dev related, still gaming related. But it should be a bit of fun and should be entertaining, hopefully. So I'll start filming that this week as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of that, and hopefully people enjoy it enough for me to try and do it in a regular fashion. So I'm recording that this week, and then editing it next week, and then releasing it to Patreon hopefully next week, and then everyone else before the end of the month. So yeah. Final question, Mustafa, are you involved in any game projects soon, or did you publish it onto Steam? At the moment, my personal game project's on hold because I'm so busy doing freelance work for people. So people have hired me to do some work for their games and stuff like that. So I'm doing some work for their games. I'm doing some consulting work for some game studios and indie and not so indie. So my time is busy at the moment doing that sort of stuff. which is quite cool to be involved in some projects. I'm very thankful for people hiring me to do stuff like that and stuff like that. But it does mean I can't do my own personal projects at the moment. I'm hoping at some point in the future that I will be able to return to it and get stuff made and released. Or at least until things I get into a more rhythm. This is still quite new doing this full time. So once I get in more rhythm, maybe I'll get some more time freed up to do stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm off to go to bed now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.